Oval fans. Now the show has been off the air for 2 weeks at this point. 2 weeks without the Oval. And, kind of like with Sisters, I'm in no rush for season 5. And unlike Sisters, though, it's not because I'm tired of the show, I need a break from it. No, it's just that I think season 4 ended on not a great note. I still say, and a lot of people agree with me, episode 21 was better than episode 22, the actual finale. But I think season 4 was a huge step up from season 3. But to be fair, I think, and I said this throughout the entirety of season 4, people just knew I was going to say it in almost every review. This show was a major step up from season 3. I think season 4 of The Oval was far and away better than Sister season 5. It was truly better than Sister season 5 and the previous season of The Oval. Now, was it perfect? No. There were some parts of it that I felt could have been done better, but overall, I feel like this was a huge step up from what came before. Now, how would I rank it? I don't know if I would say this is the best season of the show. Season 3 is still at the bottom tier. Season 2, I would slightly put above season 1. Season 3, it really is season 4, it really is a tough call. But I would probably put it in the... yeah, it is tough. I would probably put it at number 3. I want to say 2, but when I really think about the season, I don't think it's one of the best. It is definitely better than recent seasons, but I think there are some issues with it, which I'll get into in just a moment. And this isn't a huge... obviously this is like a season 4 overview. I'm not going to go over every little thing because, well, I did a review on every single episode. And, breakdown videos and trailer breakdowns. I got a whole playlist, so you can check those out. But this video is more talking about what I really liked about the season, what I didn't like about the season, going over some of the highlights. And, well, you know how it works. I do these all the time after every season of the shows I actually review. So, in terms of the bad, I think this was possibly Hunter's worst season. Despite it being called The Oval, following the Franklin administration, him being the freaking president of the United States, he feels more like an afterthought in what you would think would be his show. Yes, Tyler did advertise this as a show that isn't about politics, and it's more so about the lives of the people who work inside of the White House when they're outside of the White House than, what actually goes on in the White House in terms of the real world. But his dialogue consisted of nothing more of, "What are you planning, Victoria? Donald, whose side are you on? Victoria's dad did this. Where is my son? I need some drugs. I'm ready to get out of this White House." That was literally all he said this entire season. And it got old every time he popped up. That's all he said. He would either be drunk, he would be angry, or he would be needing a hit. It was one of those. His moments with Alonzo are probably some of my favorite, or some of his best moments of the season, because at least it gave him somebody to bounce off of. But other than that, it was just the same old every single episode. Really, it got incredibly stale. Lily, just as bad. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't she stuck at... Yeah, she's been stuck at Donald's this entire season, other than when she went to the pharmacy and met up with Kareem briefly. Then eventually she went to the hospital, leading to Officer Brian trying to help her out. And then, Donald allegedly got shot to death. I don't know if he did. And now Lily's on the go. I'm sick of Lily. Fine as hell. She should have, been killed off by now, or, disappeared at the end of season 3. She literally has No substance in the show whatsoever at this point. No Barry at all, but then again, like I said before, I hate the way he was like unceremoniously killed off. And look, I know Barry was never one of the central characters of the show. Season 1, they did some things with him, like, oh, he and Richard fought over that gun in the car, and then that somehow killed a man who was sleeping with his bedroom window open. For the life of me, I still do not understand how that worked. The gun was pointed down, so you're telling me the gun fired a bullet that went through the car door, ricocheted on the sidewalk, bounced back up, and somehow went through an open window. Okay, that makes no sense. But yeah, his whole thing, where's my daughter? I gotta find my daughter. That was his whole stick the entire time. Aside from that, him and Kareem going at it over Sharon. And that was it. That was all he was there for. But he deserved a better ending than that. I mean, to just be randomly killed off, and that's it. Poor Richard, though. I mean, I still feel for him in the finale. He just got one piece of bad news after another. He found his wife, who, hung herself, then finds out his son needs to be identified, or a body needs to be identified because it's likely that it's his son. But in any case, Priscilla, what's this, the third season now of the whole will she, won't she with Sam, and at this point, there's just no reconciliation between these two. I don't really have much else to say. Taja, phenomenal actress. The character of Priscilla, she's been played out. It's just one of those things. I know somebody on one of my videos said Black Cruella, and that actually makes a lot of sense. That describes the character of Priscilla so well. Bobby and Max, love their dynamic. Still love these two as like a grumpy old couple, like grumpy old men. But Eli and Simone, they had some moments, but I mean, the twist of Eli and Victoria having this affair going on was pretty interesting. And to be honest, hell, make Eli the president because he's more charismatic than Hunter, if you ask me. When it comes to Sharon, she can't be told anything. She's always going to do what she wants. And like Dale pointed out towards the end of the season, yeah, usually when you come up with plans, they really don't go anywhere or it doesn't turn out good. But no, Sharon's going to, say what's on her mind. And usually she was better off listening to someone like Dale. Dale, there was a time where I'm like, okay, Dale got killed off. Like, there's no need for him to still be here. But he honestly has grown on me as time has went on. One of my, I wouldn't say my favorite, but one of the characters when he comes on screen, I don't, kind of roll my eyes like, oh, this is going to be a waste of time. No, he's a fun kind of character who's thrown into this chaos, and he's just trying to make it through. And then when he pulled out that gun in the finale, I was like, oh, damn, it's about to get real. But I think season 4, this was the season where we saw like a mini group form between him, Kareem, and Alan. That was pretty cool to see him on the run for a little while. And then from there you had Victoria. Really there isn't much to say about Victoria. I don't mean that in a bad way, but for a majority of the season, she was kind of like, when she wasn't messing with Simone and having little exchanges with Priscilla, that was pretty much it. It was a matter of the whole Jason thing and trying to run the country, but Hunter doesn't want to do anything. I mean, there really isn't much to say about her character because aside from the twist with Eli and her having an affair, that's really all she did. I mean, a lot of these episodes, sad to say, regardless of how much I praise the season, you could skip a number of episodes and really not miss much at all because it's just the same stuff over and over again. And I mean, speaking of the first family, I think one of the dumbest parts of the season was Jason deciding to leave the cabin in the woods to go on the run, but then wind up right back at the cabin. What was his plan? Like, it made no sense to me whatsoever. You're on the run. The entire country, if not the world, thinks you're dead. Where are you going to go, moron? That was just dumb. We had some good action scenes, though, like the fight between Simone and Victoria in the finale. When David choked out Kane and the car went into the Potomac and they both had to, swim out of there. those are pretty cool moments. I still say Priscilla should have been the one to fight Victoria, because Simone just instantly, went up the hierarchy in terms of epic characters far beyond Priscilla, because at this point Priscilla's just been all talk. Simone throwing them hands, even though she just at that moment found out about the affair. It wasn't like Priscilla who was like, oh no, I'm just gonna, bitch about this for 2 seasons and, or 3 seasons. People are like, well, she's undercover FBI or whatever, so she has to, bump that. If Priscilla was really about that life, she would throw hands, bump that job title. What else is there? Miss Jody, it was good to see her back, here and there throughout the season. That was pretty cool. Kareem, I hope he's dead, to be honest. I mean, there were moments where I actually liked the character a bit, but then, because of his PTSD from the Hunter thing, but he just quickly regressed to the Kareem who's an asshole, and that's about it. Trying to think. Nancy, I think she was more fun as a character when she was drugged than her regular persona. Richard, pretty cool. I mean, he's just, Richard literally turned into Barry. I need to find my son, just like Barry's like, I need to find my daughter. And that's really all I have to say when I think about it. I'm just thinking about the entire season as a whole. Oh, the Ruthless crossover, that was pretty cool. I like that when the Highest and them came over to Richard's house. And that's really all the highlights I think it was worth showcasing. I think another favorite moment was when everybody went over to Eli's house and, he lied to their face about the situation going on. Oh, all this stuff, the cover-ups and all. It isn't what you think. And also, when Max and Kyle had that little boxing match, that was a nice change of scenery, because I don't think we've ever seen a set like that in a Tyler Perry show. I know that in season 1 as a Zatima, Zach and the guys were at the gym, boxing and whatnot. But yeah, that was just a cool thing. It was like a different kind of vibe than what we would expect from one of these Tyler Perry shows. So, and then the Sharon plan to see if she could get Hunter to, expose him by seducing him, that hasn't gone anywhere yet. So that was potential build up. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about the Oval as a whole, season 4. Yeah, one of the better seasons. If you checked out of the show, I'd suggest checking this season out. When it's on BET Plus, I would recommend it. But yeah, I still think the rankings would go seasons 2, 1, 4, and 3. That's probably how I would rank the show. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Like and subscribe. Follow me on social media, and I'll catch you in the next one.